Hi guys, how you doing? So there is this guy in the Telegram chat, Vilius. Every single day he's like, hey man, where is the video? When you gonna make video? Make video, Bitcoin, what's happening? Up, down, left, right. Hey man, this video is for you, okay? Stop complaining. Stop asking me. Just kidding, man, just kidding. It's all good. So what is actually happening in Bitcoin? Bitcoin just had a weekly close over here. We got some kind of doji down here at the bottom. So I thought we're gonna talk a little bit about that. We're also gonna look at Bitcoin dominance, how Bitcoin dominance hitting the blue box. Ethereum is up 4.6%, unfortunately not high enough just yet. So is this good, is it bad? That's the big question. I think it's not as good as it could be. It could be better. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be a little bit pessimistic in this video, so maybe we're gonna pump. That said, as you see over here, there was two main levels of resistance when we are going towards the downside over here. On the move towards upside, we held technically supports. On the move towards upside over here, we held actually this support over here on the downside, and we managed to close above that. Unfortunately, the main one, this one over here, we did not manage to close above that. I was actually looking this very closely on the Sunday to see how this is gonna go close, because if you look at a 4-hourly time frame, you'll see this line over here at the very top over here, very nicely tried to break it, several times, and we failed every single time up here. Then there was some kind of rising wedge over here that broke down, hit the 50 moving average on the 4-hourly time frame, and right now bouncing a little bit. It is a small bounce, nothing major has actually happened. Nothing major has actually happened, but there is chance for more movement towards upside. Also, you'll see that on the daily time frame, we got a very slopey 10 moving average towards downside over here right now that we are holding. Oftentimes, these very slopey moving averages are not actually broken. They kind of bounce off these moving averages towards upside. If you invert the chart over here a little bit over here, oftentimes these very slopey moving averages don't tend to get broken and continue towards upside. If you want to break these very slopey moving averages, you gotta be very bearish or bullish. In this case over here, when the chart is inverted, you gotta be very bullish to break this towards upside, but they don't often time breaks towards upside. I mean, if we are to right now to break this 10 moving average more towards the downside over here, we should definitely be in some kind of bear market and all bull markets and stuff like that, right? So this needs to be something very bearish to break this towards the downside. So we are sitting on that support level over here, which is kind of nice. Unfortunately, we failed to break the 200 moving average, 50 moving average, 20 moving average. We kind of failed to break all of these moving averages up here on the daily time frame in the last couple of days, and right now we are sitting down here at the 10 moving average. So still not where we should be, and we should be above this line over here. This is the 61.5 line. This is the line where we should be above. We also got a 10 and 20 moving average above us, so technically for bullish scenario we should be above that. But I was looking a little bit about on the entire pattern over here, and like we said before, this is a pretty consolidation is pretty much over. The volatility kicked over here. We can see that on the volume, and you see over here when it started going zigzag over here, this was consolidation part. Once we started breaking towards downside up here, you see that volume is picking up here again, big time towards upside over here. But the consolidation part is done. The question is whether we're gonna go towards upside or towards downside. Now there is one pattern, one channel that I'm still looking for to become bullish or bearish, and that is this one over here. So there are several ways to draw this over here, maybe something like this over here. If you look at it like this, we are still inside a pattern, this bigger channel over here. The other way to draw this channel, the way I see it, is all the way down here. What is it? Something like this over here. Regardless of how you look at it, we are still in the channel. Nothing has actually been broken. Yes, we went down through the channel, but we managed to stay inside the channel. We are not above the midline over here. We are still not above the midline, but we are still inside the channel. Regardless of how you look at the channel, right? You can draw both of the channels over here. Something like this, right? Regardless how you look at the channel, we are still in the channel. We haven't broken the midline over here. We're still down here. So we still need something to become, very much bullish, but we are not quite just there yet. Anyways, I'm still looking at this channel, even though I think the consolidation is done, and over here this is a volatility before the next big move. I'm a little bit unsure how this is gonna play out. Now, like I said in the start of the video, I'm gonna be a little bit pessimistic and say that, you know, this doesn't look good, because on the 2-week time frame over here, we actually managed to create a lower low over here. So there was some kind of low over here. Right now, this is a bearish engulfing candle. Also, this candle up here is a very, very bearish candle. So the way I see it right now on the big time frames over here, there is also no divergence. We got a bearish cross over here on the towards the downside. So the way I see it, it does look bearish, and the trend over here is not broken towards the upside over here. So I was looking over here, this entire part over here, the trend over here, trend line goes something like this. It is very, very steep trend line on the RSI, but technically it's not broken. And we can, you know, argue whether it's not, whether it's broken or not broken. It's technically it is not broken. Like if you put like this over here, maybe there is something, you know, being broken over here. Maybe kinda a little bit, but I don't think it's broken just yet. So we're gonna pull entire thing over here and just say, you know, the trend line is not broken just yet. So the trend line is not broken. We got a bearish cross on the, we actually had a bearish cross on the weekly time frame over here. On the weekly time frame, we got a bearish cross up here. Now these bearish crosses don't tend to be very indicative of what's gonna happen next. But you know, just so you know, there is no divergence. There are no divergences. There is a bearish cross. There's a bearish engulfing candle, but it's on the 2-week time frame. The weekly time frame, we don't have anything like that. There is no divergence on the chart. Neither bullish nor bearish over here. Not only that, on the weekly time frame, this actually still looks like the momentum is actually losing the speed towards the downside over here. So it might actually be bullish. But you know, if you get another, you know, red candle towards the downside over here, there will still be no divergence over here. The momentum will increase towards the downside. So it could definitely continue more towards the downside. Again, like I said in the start of the video, I'm gonna be a little bit bearish, and I'm a little bit not bearish but pessimistic on the chart, and I'm pessimistic. So I need to see something happening bullish on the chart, and I'm not quite sure that I see it just yet. Now this candle over here on the weekly time frame, this is some kind of doji. This means some kind of indecision on the chart, just like we over here at the very, very top on the resistance level had indecision over here. So you'll see up here, regardless how you draw the line over here, we had an indecision at the very, very top. We went down, tried to break it, failed that indecision, right back down again, but we are still not dropping down below the support level down here. We did drop below this support over here again, so we can still, you know, bounce over here towards the upside, but there is definitely indecision on the chart. So we are still, you know, zigzagging a little bit, still don't have any conclusive evidence for anything bullish or something like that, right? So stuff that would be bullish again would be to get something, another one of these moves towards upside above the 10-20 moving average over here, something like this towards upside up here. Most bullish move is of course breaking the line towards the upside. Regardless, the channel is still intact. The channel goes again like this over here. Let's just put it like this over here, and until we start closing again below these lines towards downside up here, we cannot technically say that we are, you know, very, 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 we are pessimistic but not bearish, not very much optimistic, but you know, a little bit pessimistic. Let me pull out the fear and greed index, and that's over here. This extreme fear last time. Right now we are at extreme fear again, and people are still thinking. So we have been in extreme fear for a while right now, and let's go over here 3 months. You will see over here there was a 16 level, there was 20 level. Right now we are sitting at 25, but all of these are extreme fear levels towards downside up here. Oftentimes when you're at these kind of levels down here at the bottom, it's often some kind of bottom, right? So when people are in fear, when people think that, you know, everything is going to go down, it's often when it reverses, right? So that's what we are betting on right now, that people are in fear. I'm still not bearish. I still don't think that, you know, in the long term that the bull market is over or whatnot. We got full moons, super moons coming in very, very soon. I think next month or something like that it's going to start. But I did already say that, you know, by the end of August, I think we're going to be above 72K, right? And 72K is all the way up here, give or take, something like this. And there is a very good chance for that. I mean, the monthly time frame is right now still managing to hold above the 10 moving average over here. Still, you know, it is down by a bunch, but it still haven't broken the and closed below the support level. This yellow line down here is the support level. We still got something like 20 days left, so we're gonna have to see how this candle closes up here on the monthly time frame. Regardless, this has been going on for a very, very long time. Still not sure how this is gonna play out eventually, but we need to see something happen to get that you know, momentum going, the bullish momentum going. That by the time you get the bullish momentum going, everybody is, you know, in greed and, you know, euphoria, it's already gonna be up at 90K, right? So it is when down here, when there is extreme fear, that stuff oftentimes turns around. Now this indecision down here on the weekly time frame might have been the indication that you know, right now we are looking at that move towards upside, but we are still not quite yet there. Let's go to the small time frames over here. What you're gonna see on the small time frames over here on the daily time frame. What's the daily time frame? No, it was a 4-hourly time frame over here. 4-hourly time frame. I'm gonna show you what's happening right now on the small time frames. And let me just remove this over here, moving everything so you can see this. So there is some kind of channel up here. It's either this channel up here where we went up here towards the resistance level. The resistance level was somewhere up here, right? 61.5 or something like that, right? We said that. That was the resistance level. We failed to break that. We pulled back towards the downside up here right now, but we are still not breaking this midline over here. We had a nice pump over here right now, but we are still not breaking the midline up here. The other way to draw this channel, at least the way I see it, is something like this over here, give or take. And this line, this channel as well, is not breaking the midline. Right now we just come into that midline resistance level over here, and we bounced a little bit towards the upside. Unsure what's gonna happen next. It's a little bit, you know, tricky, but the way I see it right now, we need some kind of move that's gonna tell us we are bullish or we are bearish, right? We need something to break, or something to, you know, break towards upside or downside, tell us whether we are bullish or bearish. On the flip side, the Bitcoin dominance hit the blue box. I don't know if you've been following my channel, but the blue box was the resistance level up here that I was looking at. If we go towards upside from these levels over here, towards upside, I was looking at blue box. Now the blue box is getting hit and getting rejected. Benjamin Cohen still thinks that we're going to go to the 60% of Bitcoin dominance up here. I'm a little bit unsure about that, but right now we are dropping down significantly. Bitcoin dominance almost down almost 1% right now, and it's dropping. If you want to see further drop down on Bitcoin dominance, this line over here has to break. It's still broken right now, just coming down to support level. So you're gonna see how this is gonna play out. Bitcoin is up 1.7%, Ethereum up 5%, bouncing very, very nicely up here. On the weekly time frame, Ethereum don't have actually any kind of, you know, nice candle to say it like that. I mean, there is no doji, there is nothing over here, there is no full candle, but there is a huge wick on the downside. So there has been a lot of buying power. Once we hit some kind of very low level, we came almost to 2k levels down here. So there's been a lot of buying up here. Unfortunately, this candle failed to close above the blue box. There was two blue boxes up here, major levels of support and resistance, and you can see up here we came into the blue box, we broke that, we failed to get back, and right now we're coming back into that resistance level. I'm a little bit unsure what's gonna happen next, because it is the start of the week, it is Monday. So could we right now, you know, pull back over here during the week, and then, you know, again go towards upside over here, or maybe even continue towards downside? We don't have any kind of pattern on the bottom side on the big time frames. Even on the daily time frames, this over here right now, I haven't broken the trend over here. There is some kind of trend. It is looking like it is consolidating up here, but are we gonna have another move down here before we break that towards upside? That's a big question. I still don't see anything, you know, significant on the chart that's gonna tell me that, you know, okay, this is the one that's actually, you know, starting the move. And again, to the Bitcoin dominance, we again looking to break this towards downside or continue towards upside towards 60% levels, like Benjamin Cohen says that we're gonna go. I think that, you know, the blue box is already hit. So, you know, the way I see the dominance has played out, and if Bitcoin continues rally towards upside and this continues dropping, we just might see very, very nice moves on altcoins. Altcoins are already doing nice moves, but not quite where they should be. And the lasting one is the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart up here. And as you see up here, I totally kind of failed on this move up here, because this move, when it broke the resistance level up here, I thought this was just supposed to go towards upside. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. Not only that, it continued going towards downside up here. It's still inside the channel. Still, there is no divergences. But if you look at a momentum over here, momentum chart on this entire move towards upside, you'll see that all the way down here, the momentum was actually increasing, right? And as soon as we actually broke this towards upside up here, a little bit before that, the momentum started going towards upside. So we are still going down while the momentum is going towards upside. It's not done just yet, but it is slowly climbing. So we can still continue inside this channel over here before we break towards upside. Eventually we will break towards upside, because you see already right now that, you know, Ethereum is up, you know, 5%, while Bitcoin is only up 1.8%. So there is definitely bullishness on the Ethereum, but it's just not quite yet there. So as long as this channel is channeling inside this channel, it's not over just yet. On the other hand, it is a lot better place to be over here on the downside and up on the upside, because this downside, if it's gonna continue channeling in the channel, then you're right now some kind of, I mean, technically you're right now some kind of middle, but we are just down at the bottom again, right? So, you know, the next move is back up, back down, back up, back down, whatever, right? But it's better to be, you know, on the bottom than on the top side up here before the breakout. So that's good. And total 3 also consolidating up here a little bit on the weekly time frame. We still have some kind of doji up here. Let me see total 3. Do we have any kind of divergence on the chart up here? Yeah, there is divergence on the chart. Let me see up here. Is this divergence? I have to actually check. Yeah, so we got a bullish divergence on the total 3 over here. The momentum is also kind of rising a little bit. So total 3 does look a little bit bullish over here on the bottom side. We got a doji up here. We got a bullish divergence. We got a momentum climbing towards upside. So this does look like there is a very good chance to move towards upside. Now, if, for example, over here, what I would be looking when it comes to total 3 is the breaking of the high over here, because this will create a double bottom up here, and the target is all the way up here at the top again, right? So if you can manage to get above this level up here, but it's down here where everything starts. It's down at the bottoms, right? Everything looks okay, kind of a little bit pessimistic because we haven't broken anything just yet. There is this two weekly chart on Bitcoin that kind of looks a little bit pessimistic, more pessimistic than it should, right? Because of this bearish engulfing candle, no divergence and stuff like that, right? It does look a little bit pessimistic, but overall, we're still in the channel. We still need to wait. And Will just asked me like, what's happening? You know, how you doing? And I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm a little bit, you know, bored of the charts. I don't know why, you know, but the passion has kind of gone out from me. I cannot explain how, but I've been, you know, looking at the charts since 2017, 16, 17 or something like that. And at one point, you know, I come to that point like, yeah, I don't know how to say it. Maybe it's the bear market, altcoin's bear market. Maybe it's something else, but I'll come back, you know. It's gonna be okay. When stuff starts pumping and excitement is up in the air, you know, we're gonna be good again. Guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you around. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.